I'm out at the Auto Expo. You're watching me, Vikram Gore from Motorscribes, and this is the MG stall. It is a magnificent stall, and kicking it off is the MG Midget, showing off their British heritage. And if the bridge in the background didn't grab your attention, then that too should tell you that MG is all about being a British brand. The MG Midget over here, kicking things off for them at the Auto Expo. A beautiful two-seater car, looks absolutely stunning, and it points out towards MG's sporty heritage, a vehicle that's just something that you would want in your garage. Sadly, this is just a showpiece, but let's get started with the exciting stuff that MG has on offer, stuff that's all about the future. So let's make our way inside. As you can see, it's a big hall, very well spread out, and interesting stuff talking about electric mobility, different ways of charging. So let's get down to some of these points and talk about these elements first before we get down to their products. So over here we've got the eco system for charging. As you can see, we can get a little closer and take a look at everything that's happening over here. So you've got the portable charging cable, you've got the Tata e-Power Easy Charge unit, you've got a community charger that can be set up. This is MG's own. These are your massive DC fast chargers that get your batteries up and going really quick. And here's another example of a nice charging system. So all of these are very relevant, and that's why I'm starting with this today, is because electric vehicles are the way of the future. And what MG has on display here is largely electric. So in case you're wondering what a chassis of an electric vehicle looks like, this will give you a fair idea of what a battery pack of an electric vehicle looks like. So that is what forms the basis of almost every electric vehicle. And you can see the various elements over here. Right over here, this is what fits in nice and low in the floor, keeps it flat. Again, that frees up a lot of space when you build a vehicle on top of this and gives you a flat floor line. You've got all of that going for you. That's your electric drive, and from there you can send power out to the wheels. A lot of high-end EVs have two motors, one on the front, one on the rear. This is just an example of what you get with an EV in today's day and age. Not necessarily just an MG, but most EVs have this flat battery pack. And as you can see, it's a very robust element. But now let's move on to the more exciting stuff. And I'm going to start with the MG5 electric. Well, it's not really a hatchback and it's not really an SUV. It's more of a van-like element that we have going on over here. And as you can see, really stylish. Up front, the bold face of MG's car range. And it's a massive vehicle. Stretches all the way down, nice five-seater. In fact, you get a ton of boot space in the back. This is almost station wagon-like. So we're looking at the MG5. Again, all of these vehicles are on show over here. They're on display over here. And they are from MG's global range of vehicles. This has a long-range battery in it. So we're talking about these things being able to do in excess of 500, 600 kilometers, depending on the battery pack on board. In fact, we can take a closer look at some of the highlights. So key features, 360-degree camera, elements like that. But let me see if we can get down to looking at that. There you go. 525 kilometer range, 61.1 kilowatt battery capacity, 156 PS of power, 280 Newton meters of torque, and a massive boot of 479 liters. So again, a very interesting vehicle that would be very apt for our market. We love traveling with a lot of stuff. It would be great if something like this came out. Now moving on, as you can see, that's the stage over there. And this is where MG has stuck all their showstoppers. And we will start with the MG4. In fact, we'll start with the rear of the MG4. And this is a vehicle that's very much along the lines of the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and the Kia EV6. It is a large, sporty hatchback. You can see the sporty elements in there. It's got this nice, fin on the boot lid over here. It's all electric, as the badge says. And down here, again, those sporty elements that bring it out and give it a very solid look. I love the tail lights. Those arrows are, again, extremely dynamic. Low slung roof, and up front you're looking at a vehicle that's, again, got that macho MG face. This one's a lot sharper. It's got very sporty lines and a very sculpted look to it. So the MG4, again, it is another probable vehicle that could make its way to the Indian stable. And an absolutely stunning bit of machinery. When you look at it, key design elements over here is this sculpted element on the bonnet. Looks absolutely stunning. I love the sharp lights, the clear edges that you get, the low slung look. All of it bring out a dynamic electric vehicle that's built to be driven. And again, the overall flow of the vehicle is that of something that's sporty, young, energetic. And let's take a quick glimpse inside the MG4. Well, here we are. That's my man Jobo. Jobo, say hello. Jobo's from Drive Spark. There's a whole bunch of us out here. And well, I'm just gonna give you a quick glimpse of what the MG4 looks like inside. Great stuff. Again, very neat. 2 digital screens, nice steering wheel, obviously single pedal thing. Jobo, if you don't mind, I'd like to show them the shifter. Yeah, that's really neat. You've got a very cool shifter that's sort of well integrated into the center console. I like the way that they've placed it, sort of jutting out, giving you this sense of additional space between you and the front passenger. A really nice looking interior, and something that gives you this absolute sense of space. So even in the back, lots of space in the rear seat, and really well done. So all in all, that's what you get with the MG4. Again, it's expected to have a long-range battery pack on board. All these vehicles do 500 plus in terms of their range and everything that you're getting over there. Moving on, we've got the EHS. It is a larger sort of SUV that we're getting over here. The interiors are, again, very similar to what we've seen on MG's other vehicles, but a nice pop-up screen, a beautiful gear selector, and a slightly more premium finish. It's more Aster-like, but definitely has a better fit and finish. So this is, again, all electric. You've got that typical MG SUV front end over here. Those lights, we've seen them on the Aster. And again, very, very stunning. So that's the EHS for you. And moving on, MG's got a packed schedule for everyone. Over here is the next gen Hector. Now this we did a walk around video of, and you can find the link to that in this video, but in the description. So we've got all the details on the next gen Hector. Again, done up, very upmarket, nice changes to the grille, big screen on the inside. So you can see that it's got that large 14-inch display over there. And you can find more details about the Hector as we go around. This is the MG6. Now this is along the lines of a sporty sedan, and this is a plug-in hybrid, so a PHEV. And again, like all the other models on display here, MG is exploring whether these should be brought to the country. Something like this would be quite costly. I'm guessing a vehicle like the MG6 would run up maybe into that 35, 40 lakh sort of price bracket. But you can see an absolutely stunning vehicle. Looks sharp, looks elegant, looks very sporty, has that low slung look again, those sharp eagle eye headlights. Everything about it is just screaming performance, and this would be quite a car to drive. Even on the inside, you can see that what they've done is very sporty seats. So these are your sport seats that you would find in any sports car, sort of give you that extra support. A neat layout, large screen, all driver oriented. This is one of those machines that you would love to sort of take on a nice fast track and really enjoy what it has to offer. So we do hope to see something like this coming out in the market too. It would be great. MG has been building a name for itself, and I think the MG6 would be a fun addition to their lineup. Of course, they've got their regular lineup on display, but moving back towards the entrance. Over here, we've got the ERX5, which is again a larger SUV. This one sports a very interesting looking grille, sort of cascading look. I think MG is going for that large grille look, something that we're seeing on a lot of EVs nowadays. Again, a very large SUV, very well appointed. You got the flush door handles, you've got all of that, and on the inside, this thing is comparable or even better than what we've seen on some German machines. Definitely looks inspired a bit by them in terms of the overall layout. You've got that massive screen display over here for the driver, as well as the infotainment system. A beautiful crystal-like gear selector, a nice flat bottom steering wheel, and extremely plush looking in terms of the way it has been appointed. Even in the back, you can see that space is not a problem. Tons of space on board. It's something that would sort of fit in with the luxury segment of EVs. And again, you can see that it sports all those elements that you want. Nice low profile tires, beautiful looking rims. It's got it all. This would definitely be an interesting addition to MG's EV portfolio in the country, and definitely something that we would like to see on our roads, right? I mean, just look at those lights. They're almost Aston Martin-like. And down here, again, that sporty look, all really well done. So the ERX5 is another one of those machines that MG has on display at their stall and is worth checking out. Last but not the least is the electric Marvel. Yes, it's the Marvel R. So this is again from their high-end range. It is something that sports a nice electric look. You've got these beautiful lights with the DRLs integrated. Your fog lamps nicely low slung. You've got a light bar that runs across the front, and it is just one of those stunning looking machines. Again, it sits more in the crossover segment. It's not really your van or SUV. It's more of a crossover-like thing, 5-seater, and looks extremely premium. Over here, we can take a look at some of the finer elements. Sorry. 70 kilowatt battery, 400 kilometer range, 288 PS of power, 665 Newton meters of torque. You know, these are some certain elements that make the Marvel R a real standout machine. I'll give you a quick glimpse of the inside as well because it's extremely premium and the way that it's been done up. So you got this large center console which is just a screen. It's massive. I'm guessing that must be possibly a 16-inch screen because in the new next-gen Hector you get a 14-inch screen and this looks bigger than that. So very well appointed, great fit and finish, looks absolutely stunning, and this is again something we would love for MG to bring to the Indian market. It is positively something that would do well over here, and I think this is what MG really needs to focus on, is getting more of these EVs into the market and giving us that element. And I know that I said that this was the last vehicle, but actually I think I ended up missing one. It is a massive stall, and I'm going to rush back to get that last one. So give me a second as I make my way through. And SUV, but this over here, this is the Mifa9. It's electric. It's a massive van, larger than an Innova, larger than anything that we've currently seen in the market, and it is divine looking. I mean, look at that. Just imagine being chauffeur driven around in this. This is like your luxury limousine of a van. It's all electric and massive. So the space on board is something that will just blow your mind. And I'm going to show you bits of it now. So you take a look at that. You've got a screen that runs the entire front of the center console. So I'm quite sure it's split into 3 screens, one for the driver, then the center console, and then the passenger can get their own. Very much like what we've seen on a Mercedes EQS, but top-notch stuff. You've got controls that are just touch functions over here. A beautiful center armrest that sort of hovers. It's lots of storage. You got wireless charging, a wireless charging pad up here, nicely integrated steering wheel, and the space, I mean, the seats just look divine. The space looks absolutely stunning. And in the back, oh my God, just check that out. Imagine traveling over here. This is your luxury first class airliner seat in a van. So it flips up, it reclines, it's got a touchscreen access to control a lot of the functions. You've got your own little screen over here for your entertainment. You've got a massive sunroof if you want to enjoy that open motoring feel. But this is plush as it gets, and being chauffeur driven around in this is traveling in absolute style. You can get people in the back as well. The third row is also very well appointed, as you can see. Even they recline, even they have that leg support that flips up, and these seats can be sort of customized, moved around, and they're on rails, so you can slide them quite a bit forward and really customize the way that you're seated inside the Mifa9. It is a stunning looking machine, something that would definitely be great to see on our roads. And with that, I would like to end at the MG stall. And before I leave, there is one thing I have to do, and I need to sit in that back seat because it just looks so awesome. So I am going to get in the back, and I am going to take a look at what it's like over here. We are talking luxury, folks. I mean, this is awesome. On that note, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And do leave us your comments. Motorscribes is all about being a community of like-minded enthusiasts. If you like cars, you like bikes, you like vans, we're all about it. We love hearing back from you, and would love to take your inputs too. So stay tuned and do write to us.